Hey everyone, I hope you're going well. Now, I want you to think about the concept of organisational trauma. So these days we're familiar with PTSD and different types of individual human trauma and the impact of that. Now, on an organisational or a team-based point of view, I see that trauma a lot, and it can be the result of past leadership, past events, past external conditions, whatever it might be. But that trauma and that thinking still resides in the environment, often years later. So there's often a case of, the belief system, the behaviors, the actions, the language in the environment is still based in that trauma. And often the individuals within that environment look for confirmation bias. They look for things that still tell us that that threat is there. And so we have this fear-based system that results in avoidance, like I talked about the other day, and all different types of other, negative or, not particularly constructive behaviors. And it's very difficult to move on. And we're doing this really without acknowledging what's happening. We don't have that awareness. So it's very important. We don't necessarily have to, pin it down to one particular thing or one particular event, but we have to acknowledge that our behaviors and those fear-based behaviors are the result of some trauma. And as people come into the environment, well, they're conditioned to feel like there's a threat there. So it is very difficult to reach high performance and a higher level of thinking when we're working within a fear-based environment and we're behaving and reacting as if there's constant threats there. Because again, what sort of things do we see is that we get silo mentalities, people's creativity really shrinks down, we're scared to try anything outside of the boundaries for fear of that smack, which is probably never going to come, but we behave like it is. So again, let's acknowledge that, yep, there's some fear in the environment, there's a lack of trust because of some sort of trauma, and let's start to work on unpacking that and developing that vulnerability, that trust to help us move out of there. So that's really got to be led by our leaders. They've got to dip the toe in the water and take those first steps, but how quickly we can start to break down that perception and live in our new and much better reality. Thanks for your time.